a solid while since I did one of the daily videos. How's it going? Uh, yeah, so I got back from vacation on Saturday. Saturday? Yeah, Saturday night. I had the intention of filming something like on my phone and then uploading that like while I was there. But that didn't happen and I wasn't feeling it, so I was just like, whatever. So yeah, and then I've just been kind of trying to catch up on life since I got back, and it's not really been working very well either. So I thought I'd do a sort of review of Universal Studios Hollywood first, I guess, and then yeah. So yeah, Universal was really cool. It was cool. I mean, it was my first time going, so it was very interesting. Yeah, it was. I mean, the place was cute. It was cool. There was a lot of cool stuff. The lands were a lot smaller than I thought they'd be, I guess. I was a little surprised. Like, I mean, I know that's sort of like half the game, right? Like, even at Disneyland and stuff, it's about making the lands look bigger than they actually are. And that, to an extent, works. It's interesting because, like, I mean, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to Disneyland, so I could feel the same way about Disneyland, but, like, it was easy to see like multiple angles of the lands, like specifically like Hogwarts. Like I kept seeing it from different angles because it's kind of like in the middle, and so you can kind of see like the back of it more and stuff. And that for some reason really like made it look a lot smaller than it actually is. I mean, it is still pretty small, but once you're in it, it's like okay, this is okay. You know, I don't know. Favorite ride was definitely Flight of the Hippogriff. I think. Me and my sister rode it like 7 times. It was fun. The tram ride was really cool. We were also there opening day of the Super Nintendo World, which was hilarious. It was just so busy. Oh my god. Yeah. It was so busy. I mean, it was sort of happenstance that we were going on opening of Super Nintendo Land opening day. So that kind of just wound up being a part of the whole thing. But we went and we did the thing, and we stood in line for Mario Kart for 2 hours, and that was cool. I mean, the Mario Kart ride was really cool. It was just, we didn't get to do any, like, the other little tiny things, like going around and smacking the blocks and getting coins and shit, just because it was so busy, like, you could barely walk. I was surprised that they didn't have some level of, like, limitation on, like, how many people could be in there, because it's not a very big land. I mean, it's big-ish, it's maybe a football field, maybe? I don't know. Hard to say exactly. But yeah, it was cool. Yeah. A lot of people. And the food was horrible. Oh my goodness. For some reason, all the videos I was watching online, and I was like, oh, the food's like actually like a thing, like you can like go and have food there. And you can. It's just most of the food options are kind of terrible. Like it's like cafeteria food level. And it's just like we got, the one good food item we got was probably Korean corn dogs. Those things were pretty good. They were at the Hollywood and Dine in the front, like near the entrance area. Those were pretty good, for the most part. Vibrations are surprisingly distracting. I don't know. The Korean corn dog was good, but like literally we got cold sweet potato fries. Other than that, it was just straight up meh. We got churros. Churros were fine. We also got pretzels. The pretzels were stale. I don't know. Like, that was like half the reason I was like excited to go was the food. But for one, there was like the discrepancy of like the city walk versus the actual park. So there's a city walk area that like anyone can go to, like next to the park. That's like full of like restaurants and fancy places, and also like fast food and stuff like that. And also so Universal made this like chocolate emporium place that I really wanted to go to for milkshakes, and I thought that was inside of the park. So I was like, okay, well, this is really cool. So like this should set some level of a bar for restaurants inside the park. No, that was actually outside the park. So if you're gonna go to Universal, maybe just don't eat in the park. Maybe just leave shortly, go to the city walk thing, get whatever food you want there, and then go back to the park. Because you can do that. You can re-enter. But yeah, it was interesting. A lot of people. Plus driving in LA. Oh my goodness. I become stronger and stronger every single time I drive in LA, I'm telling you. So, overall, it was cool, though. I definitely enjoyed the tram tour, like seeing the movie sets and stuff. That was very, very uncanny for me, I guess. It's a good word for that. I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, I think they're talking about like how they sort of utilize the sets to film a lot of different things, and I was just like, damn. There's a lot of post-production and like pre-production and production stuff going on to like make this look like it's a real thing, and it's just like a not. So it's cool. Overall, I'd give it a solid 6 or a 7 out of 10. I can't decide between those two. I would say it could be more than a 6 if it had better food. I don't know. I mean, I know amusement parks aren't like exactly known for their food, but you know, you hear about Disneyland like having all this fun, weird food and stuff, and maybe that's different too. I don't know. The rides were cool though. The Jurassic Park ride was cool. What other rides are there? The Transformers ride was really cool. That was intense. That one was intense. It was really cool though. Okay, I think that's it. Now we're switching over to miscellaneous. And for those of you who don't know, miscellaneous means that the topic is over, and now I'm talking about whatever. So, if you're new here and you happen to stick around until now, I don't know. So yeah. It's already Thursday. I'm astonished. And yeah. This week's been intense. It's been an intense week. I don't know. On an exciting note, though, we are just about ready to launch EVAC, so I'm very excited for that. I think I'm going to try to launch it this evening on Instagram. I don't know, because I want to do I want to post the intro post on the EVAC Instagram page, but then I also want to like talk about it on my page too, so I don't know if tonight will be the right time for that. Probably. We'll see. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've filmed one of these, but I've missed it. And also, I've completely fallen off my scorecard again. Shocker. It makes me want to give up, but I'm like, man, I did it for a solid 2 months and fucked up most of February so far already. Like, I should just try again. Just try again. Exhausting. My own lack of ability to do things. Exhausting. Just kidding. It's fine. I've been trying to practice my mental fortitude when it comes to not doing everything, because it's like literally impossible. Like, it's just, I was listening to a podcast last night. I was listening to Adam Conover's podcast called Factually. Adam Conover's the guy who did Adam Ruins Everything. Great content he makes, I tell you. But on his podcast Factually, he just interviews people about interesting topics and things. And so he had the book author of 4,000 Weeks on, talking about his book and sort of the thesis of his book and stuff. And the thesis of his book is basically, it's impossible to do everything. Sort of. I mean, like, you know, it's like an anti-productivity book kind of thing. You know, it's like you're not checking everything off of your to-do list because you can't. Like, you just can't. Sorry. I don't know. Does anyone check everything off their to-do list? Like, that's a good question. Like, how much do you have to phone in your checklist to actually check off everything consistently over a long period of time? Seems fake, you know? So, I don't know. What else do I gotta say? I dyed my hair. Well, I mean, I didn't dye my hair. My lovely friend Shannon did a beautiful job on this hair. Like, hold on. Look at this. It's like, we got the magenta, and then you got some orange, and then you got some yellow. Oh god. It's messy because I just woke up and, you know, whatever. But it turned out awesome. I'm fucking stoked about it. I was wanting to do like a sunset, you know, and it embodies that for sure. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, I was like, and we were both like really excited about how it turned out, and it was just a fun time because she was just like, wow, it actually, like, you know, fucking works. Because yeah, I don't know, she doesn't really do this kind of weird stuff very much, so it was fun for her to experiment, and I was excited to let her experiment, because I was just like, you know what, here's what I want to do. I don't really care how it turns out. Like, I just want to give it a go, and we can see how it goes. Like, I'm not worried, you know, like, even if it turns out crappy or whatever, like, I don't care. So, but it turned out really awesome. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta come up with a new challenge for her now. But I'll probably ride this out for a few months at least. So it was interesting because, like, I still had some of the teal-ish colors left in my hair, and so we were bleaching it, and she's like, I don't know if the bleach is gonna do it. And I was just like, wait a second, bleach won't remove old color? She's like, no, not really. I mean, it can if the color's like faint enough, but like, you have to do like color remover stuff. And I was like, what? I mean, it's just an odd idea to me to think that, like, bleach, the thing that takes my hair from basically black to yellow, whitish shade, a cream shade, couldn't then also remove hair dye. But I guess the interaction of bleach and hair dye is a whole different thing. So, crazy stuff. So yeah, that took about 5 hours to do in total. But it was cool. Yeah. I'm ready for a nap. I just woke up. I'm ready for a nap. You know what I mean? You get it. So, with that in mind, I will have some more updates on the evac stuff in the coming days. Because if you do watch this, I would love for you to take the questionnaire that we have for artists, which, I mean, you probably consider yourself a creative person, so we're probably looking for information from you. So we have a questionnaire for people to take that has now been officially approved and uploaded or on the website, whatever. So I'm excited to get that out there. I'm hoping, because I did talk to a handful of my friends about this thing, like a collaborative kind of thing, about a year ago. So I'm hoping some of them are still kind of interested in that. We'll see. I didn't talk to too many people, but I'm also hoping that my network on my Instagram account will at least garner us a handful of responses and a few follows. We'll see. I'm not too pressed about it. I just do know that making social content at this phase is going to be a little tricky. So we'll see where that winds up going. I was talking to them at the meeting yesterday about doing like a weekly creative prompt to like engage people in doing something, and then like, sharing it with us, and then we could like share it on our page for their account and blah, blah, blah. Cause that's fun. It's a very like, reciprocated kind of interactivity. But I don't know if weekly is too much. Because I sure as fuck wouldn't participate every week, and that's kind of funny, right? Like, I'm one of the founders, and it's like, I'm tough. No, I'm definitely not gonna participate weekly. Maybe monthly. I don't know. So, yeah. I gotta move to a different day. I just have this running to-do list in Walling that I've been moving to each new day. Okay. Alright, I think that's it. I think I'm just going to stop it here. I initially thought that I was going to sit here and talk for 45 minutes because I was going to catch up on everything, but you know what? No, we're just going to let Saigons be Saigons, and then, move on from here. I've got a couple new topics to talk about, and yeah, so I will talk to you probably tomorrow. Yeah, probably. We'll see. And until then, I hope you had a good week. Hope you're having a good time. Okay, that's it. All right, goodbye.